as you can see, then it gets real crazy up in the motherfucker. Starts summoning the Armageddon up in here. What's going on, guys? We are here today, finally, well, tonight. I'm finally gonna try this. This will actually be my second technical attempt. I did try it when it actually first came out, and I was like, I'll do it later. So, and let's see. This is actually the first team that I brought in there, not knowing that, spoiler alert, that she actually absorbs light. So I was unable to really do a lot of damage later on. So let's make a quick team. I'll just erase this team here. Now we have our Margarita here, finally, right? We just put her on whatever attack, defense runes. Not attack and defense. I didn't want to put her on defense. It would have been crit chance, actually. But something just to give her a decent amount of attack. As you can see, she has a decent amount of attack. We got really good rolls. I'll do a actual video on her. We got great rolls on her hero talents. They was like, play the game, please. All right, so obviously we're gonna go in there with one Margarita, and we're gonna go find another one so we can run double. I don't even know if they stack, to be completely honest with you. There we go. Double. All right, so let's also go over the things. This is like, it's not, I mean, it's gonna be a guide, I guess, because we're just gonna go through it together, and then eventually next time it rolls around, if there's any intricate stuff, I'll make another video for it. But having her in the party in general will increase your attack, your dark allies attack by 100%. Mary will lower your cooldowns, and then Janice, Mr. Janice himself, will increase the allies' recovery, allowing you to heal a little bit better in the dungeon, which is pretty good. So we actually just got Janice, so we could do that even though he has no... We just got him. He won't really provide any extra DPS, but you don't really need like too much crazy DPS. I do actually have Mary as well. She doesn't have runes either. So both of these characters, if I brought them in, they would honestly just die. We also have Nyx as well. She doesn't. I don't think I gave her runes. Yeah, she's not ruined either. So I can't really run them too much. I have to kind of rely on the two Margaritas to be enough DPS. But you can run a lot of DPS. The better thing to have in here is like characters that hit multiple targets. So they finally made a dungeon in which you can utilize that type of character. There hasn't really, everything has been single target, but I promise you, if you do not have multiple hitting characters, you're gonna have a really bad time in this dungeon. So we're actually gonna bring in Nikita. So she's an attack type, so she'll get a boost from the Margarita's attack up. I'm gonna bring in, actually, I'm gonna bring in Abel as well. And there you go, Nikita. And I could bring in like Cynthia. Like it's you can bring in a lot of DPS in here pretty freely, which is nice. I wish I had some other people already ready to go. I just saw that thing with Nemesis, those sneaky bastards. I didn't even know Nemesis got a new outfit. Makes her like, it looks like her kit just becomes a lot easier. I don't know what you guys think about that. I could bring in, and I'll bring in Rue. I don't necessarily remember everything, so we're gonna go through it together. Brothers and sisters. And Ash usually has a really good character. So boom, there we go. That's our pseudo real quick comp. We're gonna see if we can beat it with this comp. I don't know if we'll be able to do it, but you know, I got stamina to blow, so we'll be able to have some fun with it. And let me know what are your strategies, if there's anything I miss as we go through this. Now, when I first did this fight, it was very confusing. I'm pretty sure like when you guys first did the fight. So there's a yellow, there's a blue, and there is a green. Yeah, like, right? Like, what? Nani? Alright, but from what I can understand, like, yeah, damage decrease, damage taken from enemies. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that my recording device froze. Sorry, it freezes on me a lot. You guys have no idea how annoying that is. Damage decreases damage taken from enemies without overcurrent. Increases damage taken from enemies with overcurrent. So the way that you get overcurrent is by getting attacked. Charges current every time an ally casts overcurrent. And uses a powerful job, then blah 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 blah. So pretty much once you get attacked, you get the overcurrent, then you'll be able to deal more DPS. That's kind of how the gist of it. This guy actually has a little immunity I think you can remove it though. But we're just gonna go in and we're just gonna do mediocre damage, right? And as you can see there, as they only target her for some weird reason. Oh no, maybe they countered her. But yeah, now I have overcurrent. So now I'll be doing good damage, right? As you can see. That's pretty much like the entire dungeon. And as you can see, hold on, eventually I will get a turn, right? One day of the year, right? So they actually have damage taken. They give themselves that buff. They give themselves an attack buff. What other buffs did I burn? I put the burn on them. And then the current charge, right? So as you can see, like even if I were to ult here, this is mine, so I know the ult won't do too much. Actually, it did a decent amount, but not as much as probably his is going to do, right? A lot more damage, especially on the one with the crit. Now, that's what you're kind of looking for, to get the overcurrent on your actual characters. And luckily, and this is kind of nice. Let's give them some credit, right? We don't give them enough credit that this actually doesn't get taken off when you whatchamacallit? It doesn't actually get taken off when you cleanse. So now we get the big daddy damage, is what we were looking for. I don't have it. Yeah, I don't have it on her right now, so. And that's a lot of the dungeon right now, to be honest. So now that I don't have like a stupid let's do the real damage. Yeah. Do that. So as you can see, why you'd want to have multiple, like you want to take out as many of these guys as possible. Keep it put. I should have put Abel and blocked like over here so he can actually block block the good damage, right? I mean, block the damage that matters. Mine doesn't really matter. But actually, if Ash's Margarita dies, then it'd probably be better, right? This dungeon wasn't designed to be like super hard, except the last phase, which will, the last stage, which you'll see is that's when it actually gets a little difficult. And just like the other dungeon, which I do like this, it's just like Lily's dungeon, I did like the decision that they actually put another advent inside of it, kind of to show like your progression in the game. But this advent is a little bit on bath salts, because guess what? She actually has the same stuff as the other thing. So yeah, so I actually would say you want to kind of keep your big skills until you actually, you know, have the overcurrents, and then you'll have an easier time. But she has this, which is the new mechanic, is that caster shield. She has a shield, grants the caster an unremovable shield when there are 2 or more surviving allies on her turn. So if there are 2 more, I think it says including herself, right? Let me just double check that again. Including herself, she will get a shield that I cannot remove. I have to DPS it down. Caster shield is removed upon an ally's death, which is nice. So like even if I were to leave these up, as long as I can kill one of the units, the shield will actually go down. So that's pretty good. This is really a huge improvement from their design previously in the dungeon. There's a lot of counter ability, a lot of ways to actually counter what's going on. And again, another thing that you can prevent, use a powerful skill when there are 3 or more. So if this is why you need AoE, if you are not clearing these things, you're gonna have a bad time. So boom, we're gonna see if we can DPS some of this stuff down. As you can see, the overcurrent from the previous parts of the board are here. We actually cleared that, and we're gonna chunk her really badly. I probably actually, now that I look at it, I didn't know how much damage I was actually gonna do. So I prioritized clearing, which I'm sure if you have lack of damage, you could probably just go straight ahead and then just DPS. So eventually, I'm sure, where is it? Yeah, she's gonna summon again. So boom, now she's summoned, and now I have to be careful. We see here I only have 2. I have my Margarita, then Ash's Margarita is gonna go. So we pretty much have to kill 2 of these things, or else right now she would actually ult us. And now I'm in trouble. Oh no, I got my ult! Easy cakes. Oh wow, we didn't kill her, so she's gonna get a shield now. Nope, we have counterattack. And counterattack is good on this character. So yeah, we lucked out there. Lucked out heavily there. So yeah, boom, we're gonna be able to do that. I don't know what her ult does, and I don't want to find out. So there we go. Nikita's gonna take them out, take Lynn out, and then we're gonna go to the next stage, and we're gonna see it is Tesla And she doesn't do anything on the first turn. I'm just gonna hit her. Let's see. Throw something at her. Now she does revive. This is a, oh no, here we go again. Revive boss, I know. I'm tired of this shit too. But here we go, passive. Summons a robot at the end of the caster's turn. Uses a powerful skill when there are 4 or more, including herself. Now you might be thinking, how is she ever gonna do that? Yo, she summons robots. But yes, this is where I messed up when I did my first run. I had a light hero, so my DPS took too long to do, you know, it took a little too long in my opinion to actually DPS down. Now as you guys would say, oh, but you have Margarita, this is going to be too easy for you. You have the banner character, of course. But as you can see, outside of having the banner character, I think, well, the 100% boosted dark allies is really good. But you could definitely do this. I think because I use Nikita here, you could definitely easily, in my opinion, do this with. Oh god, she's gonna heal that. You could easily do this with off element, anything that's not light, honestly, because you don't want to struggle on this part, because it starts to get a little bit hectic. I'm gonna save that the ults just to clear out once more, because she doesn't have anything when there's 3. Only once there's 4 of them, then we're gonna have a problem. Which actually, it would probably be better if I brought in who is it? God, I forgot the name of the character. If I brought in Karen, so I can free boost the turn if I need to. There we go. So this is 4, including. So now I actually have to do something, or she's gonna ult. That's actually how I lost it last time. I pretty much was like, whoa, what's the worst that could happen? And also, cool thing to note. Nah, it's actually easy to show here. This is a hybrid. This is a thing. So all these things have different. They actually have different. Sorry, like they're different. that's all I'm pretty much trying to say. They're different. There we go. Nice AoE clear. Take them all out. And then again, we're right back here. She's not branded yet. So boom, she dies. She comes back. And let's see. As you can see, then it gets real crazy up in the motherfucker. Starts summoning the Armageddon up in here. So now cast Berserker Rage on allies, excluding herself, at the start of at the end of her turn. So her turn just ended. She summons and then she puts them on Berserk. Now Berserk in this game goes into a rage to greatly increase the damage dealt. So now they're doing a lot more DPS, and I probably should have just saved the AoE for this. So, and she's gonna keep summoning a lot of things. You have to, at this point, cleanse. I don't think you can remove the rage. No, you can't. So we really have to get this. The cool thing about this point, hold on, wait, it's my turn, right? Cool thing about this point is that now she is not. It's the same thing with Tayo. Like Tayo, in the beginning of his fight, you can't hit him with water, but at the second phase you can. So now I can actually hit her with light. But obviously at this point you probably don't want to. And we're gonna eat one ult here, actually. Oh no, yeah, still gonna eat ult. And again, she ends her turn, and again, as you can see, this is very difficult. I almost would say it might just be best if I just go to burst her, based on the turn order. Yeah, maybe might be better to just go for when you know her damage. I obviously, this, like I said, this is the second time me doing this dungeon. I don't know my DPS for this. She doesn't have any defensive stuff. I actually am gonna see if I can just burst her out. It would be easier if I got the. Oh wow, she's straight up died. Alright, so we have the current, so we should be able to do DPS. Hopefully she can actually clear here. And she does. Beautiful. And who died? Oh, Nikita died. I don't care about that. Sorry, Nikita. I love you. Look at that. Every turn. You best believe it. Alright, so I can't DPS this at all. So I kind of just going to let her get her ult off. Do some DPS to her face. There goes the ult. Good counter. I think Eamon would be good here still. Oh my god, he's on a pixel! I think This is actually kind of hard to think of because I mean I still have my resolve, but this stupid robot, this light one's gonna go, and then my margarita is gonna go. Then I could try to save this for. I think she be. Oh, you know what? She probably can't deal it enough. Let's see. All right. Thankfully, my Nikita has some swag on her. She's built nice. She's built nice. All right. So as you can see, that's kind of cool. Like the damage ramps up. We only got the single drop. Rip. But as you can see, like it actually does not feel random, and I know that was a big issue for a lot of people. And I would love to give them some praise for this dungeon because it definitely feels controllable. If you fuck up because you don't have enough DPS or you're not looking who has the currents, the overcurrents and stuff like that on your units, you just lose because you're not really like paying attention to the dungeon. This is really good dungeon design. I do like the design of this dungeon, and I want to give them some credit for it. It's very, very well done. It does remind me of like Britain, but on crack. It's like Britain Dungeon on crack. But yeah, if you have some AoE characters, you can definitely bypass this dungeon very easily. It's not that complicated. You just need the DPS to keep up with her summoning stuff. And that's really about it. And it sucks because you can't really bring in... Well, you actually could bring in Britain, right? You could bring in Britain, but you're going to heal her every time Britain goes, every time he's AoEing stuff down. But eventually, if you have other characters that aren't like to DPS her on Britain's non-turns, you know, because the spread damage that Britain doesn't do as much, so you just don't target her with the damage. But eventually, if you clear, whatever, you guys, you know what I'm talking about. All right, so what do you guys think of this dungeon? Let me know in the comment section below if there's any cool, neat tricks or any like lore stuff, like the Lily stuff, that you know, weird stuff like that. Let me know. I think that this should be praised. I definitely think should be praised. Eventually, we're gonna do a Tesla video. I gotta do my margarita video first, right? We gotta take one step at a time. But thank you guys so much for watching it. You can hit me up in the Discord. Let's get the Knights Chronicle Discord popping, man. Epic 7, bam, 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 bam. I want to get my KC people back a little bit. Hopefully you guys will have some faith, even though this dungeon's going away in like a couple hours. But, you know, when it comes back again, maybe, you know. I'll see you guys, man. I'm happy to be playing this game again and alongside Epic 7. It's actually kind of fun coming back.